he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Hey guys, it's Franky. Welcome to the Think Tank. So I would like to go back over some more stuff with Lori Vallow. So we know that they talked about JJ yesterday. Well, I'm disturbed by the fact that there's a high possibility there was both alcohol and GHB in his little system. And then they're saying with Kylee, there's no cause of death. And then they're saying that her bones may have been scavenged by animals. It's just more and more horrifying the more I hear about it. Sorry, guys, I guess I wasn't set up. So I thought we could go over this stuff and let me know what you guys think. Is this true, what's being said right now, or is this just the gossip? Let me know what you guys think. Let's check it out. Okay, so we'll start here. So they're saying, let's get rid of this. I don't know how to do it. There we are. They're saying that J.J. Vallow, the 7-year-old Idaho boy that was allegedly unalived by his mother and friends, Lori Vallow, had alcohol and a chemical known as GHB, or the date, that stuff, in his system when he passed away. So Garth Warren, who conducts autopsies in Ada County, said that JJ's cause of death was asphyxia by plastic bag and duct tape over his mouth. It's what a person sadly kind of thinks of, but to see that, oh my God. So JJ was autopsied on June 11th, 2 days after he was located on Chad Daybell's property. Go figure, right? He's a sick shit. So Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow, which is Kylee and JJ's mother, both of them are facing these charges right now. Death penalty is off the case for Lori, but still going as far as Chad goes. So we've also got Kylee, who was unalived, and what happened to that girl, Lord only knows. There was not a lot that was identifiable by what they're saying. So they're also saying that Tammy was asphyxiated. So she will also have to deal in the summer with Charles Vallow's death. And basically, they're wondering if she was in cahoots with her now deceased, look at all these people, with her now deceased brother, Alex Cox. So they're saying that allegedly JJ's liver samples showed ethanol, alcohol, caffeine, I don't know these medical terms, the bromine, which is common in coca and tea, and gamma hydroxybutyric acid, GHB, a sedative, can be used for epilepsy and is commonly known as the DRD and liquid. So he testified that GHB can appear naturally in a human system, but that he had not determined by examining the decomposing remains of JJ whether or not he had been positively given this. He said that there's a way to tell for sure if it was a natural occurring or if something was given to JJ. He did not say how the alcohol may have been in his system. He also testified to finding scratches on JJ's necks that made him suspicious. Which tells you a few things, doesn't it? As this little kid is struggling. So we know that his head had been wrapped in multiple layers of plastic and plastic bags, and both his forearms and ankles were duct taped. This is such a disturbing case. And what he said, yes, that is a red flag, was JJ trying to get that bag off his head. So they're also saying that Kylie's cause of death is saying homicide, but testified that the remains had been too thoroughly burned and mutilated for him to determine anything more specific that caused the death. Just basically that it was a homicide, and said he could not guarantee an accurate cause. Skeletal muscle tissue samples showed that Kylee had in her system ibuprofen, iron, carbon monoxide. He said a small amount of carbon monoxide suggested she may have been dead before she was set on fire. Brutal. Earlier, FBI Special Agent Stephen Daniels testified about unearthing the remains in the back of Chad Daybell's home back in June of 2020. We know that JJ, like we were saying, was wrapped in plastic. His grave was near a pond, and Kylee was found in a melted green plastic bucket in the pet cemetery at Chad Daybell's home. She was allegedly that raccoon that he talked about with his wife Tammy before she passed away. Such a big contrast for us as a team, going from JJ's remains to Kylee's melted carcass mass. Oh my God. JJ was buried under fitted rocks and wooden planks in a mound, so there would be no land depression after the body decomposed. He said that he had never in 25 years seen anyone take such care to hide an illicit grave. The little bastard didn't want to go to the Huskow. He might, hopefully, he's so religious, you just might be off to see. Well, no, you will not be off to see your heavenly Father. Look what you just did. In the heat. So they are not putting out photos due to them being inflammatory and prejudicial. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sounds like she may have been dabbing her eyes a little bit. Oh my God. This freaking woman, I tell you what. I guess I shouldn't just say woman, because yeah, there was 2 other parties most likely involved. But right now we're dealing with her, and in my mind, she allowed this to happen to her kids. So this is what they're saying about Kylee. Partially eaten by an animal, and her pelvis had been hacked into using a sharp tool before her body was badly burned. The coroners could not determine cause of death. Doesn't that not make you want to just lose it? So somehow this is extremely small. Let me see if I can get this any bigger. Look at the wording. Okay, let's try this. So this is from Daily Mail. They are also in the description. Lori Vallo's daughter was partially eaten by an animal and her pelvis hacked into with a sharp tool before. Okay, all of that stuff we just learned by reading the title. Angie Christensen, an FBI forensic anthropologist, said that one of the 16-year-old, okay, let's see here. Eaten by an animal, said one of the 16-year-old's bones had been damaged, consistent with carnivore scavenging, while her pelvis suffered sharp traumas. And then it basically is saying that Chad Daybell and Lori will have been charged with this and are now facing the courts. So again, they're just basically saying that it was homicide and not able to give a cause of death due to what was remaining. Unbelievable. You know what bothers me the most is these kids trusted her, loved her. Give me a second here. It's too big now. Is this going to do it? I tell you what. Lori Vallow at court hearing in 2020 and her husband Chad Daybell are accused of killing Kylee and her 7-year-old brother. So what's going on here? This is where they were located. There's the burn pit. Can you frickin' imagine? So this is going to be where, sadly, Kylee was found. The pet cemetery with cats and dogs and imaginary raccoons. Just adorable kids. So somehow all three of them, right? She's saying that when the kids went missing, she was in her own apartment and that, she has no idea she wasn't there and that they were with their uncle Alex. So how did they go from being at Alex's to being in that pet cemetery? They're disgusting. This is supposed to be the family tree, right? So this is Melanie, the cousin, Melanie Boudreau, I guess the niece. This is Brandon Boudreau, who was also shot at right around the time that Tammy Daybell was shot at, later passed away. And down here, what do we got? Husbands. Kay Woodcock. So this is fourth husband's sister, married to Larry Woodcock, who originally had custody of JJ. This one is passed away at the hands of Alex Cox. Joseph Ryan, I do believe they said heart attack, so that needs to be looked into. Go down here a little bit lower, and these are their children. JJ Vallow, who was adopted, and that was when she was with Charles Vallow, and Kylee Ryan, her other daughter, and that was when she was, again, with now deceased Joseph Ryan, who actually, I should mention, did leave money for Kylee Ryan. There's that. Yeah. Unreal. Unreal. So I did have another one set up, but I do believe maybe what we'll do is we'll listen to this really fast, but I do believe we have covered everything that's in there. I basically just wanted to talk a little bit about what the hell's been going on. I will be streaming tomorrow morning at least the Letitia Stout trial. Things are getting a little bit heated. The clinical psychologist has been in there. They've got, she did another day of cousinette with her hair down. You can't see her. The day before that, she was quite feisty, which was really the first. So yeah, if you haven't joined us before, jump on in. The chat is absolutely great, friendly people, and would enjoy having you. So let's check this out. I usually mute out the ads. Come on. Okay.
For some time, Lori Vallow confronted by her sister just 2 weeks after law enforcement discovered J.J. Vallow and Kylee Ryan buried in shallow graves. The sense of betrayal for Summer Shiflett, the younger sister of Lori Vallow. On Tuesday, Summer testified, telling the court she believed Lori's kids, 7-year-old J.J. Vallow and 16-year-old Kylee Ryan, were safe, while law enforcement searched for the siblings. But in June of 2020, Summer says the trust she had in her sister had broken.
Oh, I know that they Kylie buried in a pet cemetery and JJ buried on Chad's backyard. And we don't understand how that happened.
This conversation erupted on June 24th, 2020, just 2 weeks after Idaho.
Oh my God, that has to be the saddest thing I have heard. You know, her family trusted her. She was supposedly at one point a good mother. She just ended up like a freaking mess, a murderous freaking mess.
Authorities and the FBI found the remains of JJ and Kylee, located on the property of Lori's husband, Chad Daybell. Summer confronts Lori for the truth.
I don't know what to say, Lord. You know how much I love you and Alex. I just didn't say to myself see anything like you never let anything happen like this and just let me throw it away like garbage. And he takes you and let it. It's too painful.
During the call, Summer tells Lori she would have taken care of the kids if needed. Lori defends herself, saying Summer has only seen what's on TV and that no one has seen Lori crying on the floor.
But I am telling you because I love you with all my heart. Please consider that Chad has lied and been deceived, and that you have been deceived, and that this is not what you think it is. There is nothing okay about killing children. Nothing. And even if you didn't kill them, and Dad didn't kill them, and Alex didn't kill them, you threw them away like garbage and I
And during cross-examination with Summer Shiflett, the defense asked her if she truly believed that her sister Lori had changed after meeting Chad Daybell. She answered yes. To hear full audio from today's testimonies, head to fox10phoenix.com.
Heartbreaking, guys. Absolutely heartbreaking. I don't even know what to say about that woman. I mean, have things gone so sideways in her melon just out of the blue that all of a sudden she's doing this type of thing? I don't know. You're going to have to let me know down below. Honestly, what do you guys think of this? You know, I'm going to be happy when we're hearing kind of both sides. She didn't go for by reason of insanity. That's been taken off the table. As far as I know, there's a lot of evidence making things not look good for that bunch of humans. Okay, guys. Well, I will, like I said, be streaming Letitia Stout tomorrow at 10 to 9 Mountain Standard Time. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you there. Bye.